A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to class 11th economics session. Revision class for the chapter production function and returns to factor, right? So first of all, you should know the meaning of production. When we say that what is meant by production, we simply say that production refers to the procedure in which we convert the raw material into final product, right? So when we say that what is meant by production, production is basically the procedure of converting the raw material into finished product, right? Production function. Now, what is production function? You can see the inputs on the left hand side of the PPT, where we have the labor, power and fuel, machinery, tools, raw material, physical force. That is, it is all the inputs which are used in the production process. So the method of converting the inputs into outputs, which means whenever the inputs are converted into output, that is commodity, with the production process, that is the functional production function. Now we have in syllabus short run production function, which I told you, where the short run refers to the period of time where we say that fixed factors remains fixed and variable factor changes, right? So there are two types of factors, fixed factors and variable factors. Fixed factors are basically those factors which remains fixed in nature in the short run. For example, machinery, which we are not going to change it in the short run. But when we talk about the variable factors, are those factors which keep on changing even during the short run. For example, if I want to have more production, I have to buy more raw material. I have to use more labor, right? I have to use more fuel and power on the machinery. So that is all variable factors. So fixed factors are those the application of which doesn't change with the change in volume of output. As I told you, in the short run, which remains fixed and which does not change in the short period, which means it remains fixed during the short run. But variable factors are those factors which keeps on changing during the short run too. For example, if I want to produce more, then definitely in that case there would be more which would be used, which means more raw material is required, or we can say that more temporary labor is being required for working, right? So there is a difference between fixed factors and as well as variable factors, and that is very important for exam 2. See, fixed inputs versus variable inputs, the difference which we have covered already, short run versus long run. Now, three types of products are there, TP, AP and MP. When we talk about TP, TP is the total product. Total product means the total output which is generated by applying each unit of input. For example, if I have applied all inputs, then what is the total resultant output is known as the total product. So total product is basically the sum total of output of each unit of the variable factor used in the process of production is called total product. उसको हम बोलते हैं total product. For example, the producer is producing 1 to 6 units and the production is 10, 12, 15, 12, 10, 6, which means when you are making the production, when you are doing the production, then what is the total product by applying all the inputs is the total product. Then marginal product. For example, for making the one commodity, you have for making suppose by using one labor you have produced 10 output. Then if you are using one more labor, then how much extra you have produced or you have got is basically the marginal product. So marginal product is basically the change in total product due to the change in input, right? Then average product. Average product is total product divided by labor. So you have to just see to it. Three things you have to do. Let me just tell you with the help of whiteboard. I'm just writing down here what you have to learn, how much you have to do in the total product, average product, and marginal product. Now, see, first of all, when we talk about total product, right? Total product, you have to just learn kya, how it will be computed. It will be computed by average product multiply by average product multiply by output, the number of units बोल देते हैं हम उसको, AP into number of units. ठीक? So total product is average product into number of units produced. Now what will be average product? Average product will be total product. It will be total product, that is TP, divided by number of units. Then what will be marginal product? Marginal product is change in TP divided by change in units. So you have to just do these three things. बेटे ये तीन फॉर्मूलाज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है जो आपने करने हैं. एक तो यही टोटल प्रोडक्ट कैसे निकलता है, एवरेज प्रोडक्ट इनटू नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स. दूसरा एवरेज प्रोडक्ट कैसे निकलेगा, टोटल प्रोडक्ट डिवाइड बाय नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स, बिकॉज एवरेज प्रोडक्ट है पर यूनिट प्रोडक्ट. पर यूनिट कितना बना रहे हो आप, तो पर यूनिट मैंने कहा जी वन लेबर इज प्रोड्यूसिंग 10 यूनिट्स. So tell me that how many units will be made by the 7 labor. So 7 into 10, 70. So total product is AP into number of units. Average product means per unit product, which is TP upon units. And third is marginal product, which is calculated by change in TP upon change in units. Change in TP upon change in units. All right. Now, the next is law of variable proportion. Now, what is law of variable proportion? When we say what is law of variable proportion, we simply say that the law of variable proportion states that as the quantity of one factor is increased, keeping the other factors fixed, the marginal product of the factor will eventually decline. Which means जैसे ही हम लोग production के लिए fixed factors और variable factors, whenever we use fixed factor and variable factor in the course of production, what we observe that TP first increases at increasing rate, then TP increases at diminishing rate, and finally TP declines. So if we have to just define the definition, what we will say that the law of variable proportion has an important place in the economic theory. How? Because it tells us about that whenever the fixed factor and variable factor, which means two factors of production, are applied together in the course of production, then we simply observe that the TP first increases at increasing rate, then TP increases at diminishing rate, and finally it decreases. So there are some assumptions also which we are taking. One of the assumptions that we are taking is when we are writing the law of variable proportion, we have to just take that in our mind that fixed factor will remain constant because it is the law of short run. Short run means fixed factor will remain constant, whereas variable factor will keep on changing. Then reason as to why it is called the law of variable proportion. Because here, if you see the schedule, the ratio of fixed factor and variable factor is changing. See this 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, and so on. So the ratio of both the factors, fixed factor and variable factor, is changing. That is why it is called as law of variable proportion. Variable means changing proportion, changing ratio. All right, where you have to just see to the MP, that is 2, 4, 6 जो पहले increase करेगा, then 4 to 0 it will decrease, and finally it will become negative, -4 and -6. So you have to just learn the MP only. With that you can compute the TP from your own. MP से TP कैसे निकाल सकते हैं हम? Just see 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 6 12, 12 plus 4 16, 16 plus 2 18. So you have to just get to know the CF of that MP, right? You will be getting the total product. आपको पास total product आ जाएगा. So how do we explain this law? We simply explain this law that we assume that fixed factor remains constant, whereas the variable factor keeps on changing. Secondly, we say that the table will be showing the two curves, that is TP and MP, and the diagram will have the two curves TP and MP. So based on this schedule, what we observe that whenever the two factors, that is fixed factors and variable factors, so whenever the two factors are joined together, whenever the fixed two factors are basically joined together and joined to basically doing the course of production, then what we observe, we simply observe that TP first increases at an increasing rate. देखो यहाँ तक, this is stage 1. TP increases at increasing rate. Let me just annotate that. See, TP first increases at increasing rate. यहाँ तक, this is stage 1. यहाँ तक TP बढ़ रहा है increasing rate से. और what is the effect on MP? MP also increases. यहाँ पे MP भी increase कर रहा है. Then TP increases but at an decreasing rate. उसके बाद TP बढ़ता तो है, but जिस रेट से वो पहले बढ़ रहा था वो उस रेट से नहीं बढ़ता. Which means उसके सेकंड स्टेज में क्या होता है, TP इंक्रीज तो होता है, लेकिन जिस स्टेज से वो पहले TP बढ़ रहा था उस रेट से नहीं बढ़ता. जो रेट ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग है वो फॉल हो जाता है. And what happens to MP? MP basically falls. If you see here, TP will be maximum and MP will be 0. And finally in the third stage, TP falls. When TP total product falls, means MP becomes negative. MP आपका negative हो जाता है. All right. So we have to just see to it that whenever in the due course of production, the two curves TP and MP are taken together, or fixed and variable factors are taken together, it is observed that TP first increases at an increasing rate, then it increases at a diminishing rate, and finally it decreases. And what happens to the MP? In the first stage, MP increases, see, then second stage MP falls, and finally MP becomes negative. So stage 1. Can you tell me what is the other name of stage 1? What is the name of stage 1? Please tell me. Stage 1 is also known as increasing returns to factor. Stage 2 will be known as diminishing returns to factor. And stage 3 will be known as negative returns to factor. All right. So stage 1. Stage 1 में क्या होता है? Increasing returns to factor. Here TP increases at increasing rate. MP also increases. Just have a look at the diagram. Stage 1, TP increases at increasing rate. MP also increases. Stage 2, that is diminishing returns to factor. What happens to TP? TP continues to increase, but the rate of increase becomes diminishing, which means in the second stage, TP increases, but at a diminishing rate. And what happens to MP? MP basically starts falling. See, MP starts falling. Then there a point come where TP is maximum and MP becomes 0, right? And then in the third stage, we observe TP finally falls, which is the negative returns to factor. TP finally falls and MP becomes negative. But the question arises, why it happens? You know, the first stage, starting में TP क्यों बढ़ता है? Total product काफी क्यों बढ़ता है? Because in the beginning, it is observed that there is new machinery and the ratio of machinery, fixed factor and variable factor is also perfect. So as a result, जितना जो चाहिए उतना ही है. As a result, the production increases in the first stage. Second stage, stage 2, diminishing returns. What happens? Producer in attraction of getting more profit increases the variable factor. अब वो fixed factor तो बढ़ा नहीं सकता क्योंकि that is constant in short run, तो it increases the variable factor for getting more profit. होता क्या है? Burden थोड़ा थोड़ा बढ़ना start हो जाता है fixed factor के ऊपर. More labor on the same machinery. Now definitely there can be some wastage, plus there would be some chaos, and ultimately the production level increases, but not at the rate at it was increasing earlier. So TP increases but at a diminishing rate. लेकिन ओवरऑल तो TP अभी भी बढ़ रहा है ना, चाहे कम रेट से बढ़ रहा है, बढ़ तो रहा है. प्रोड्यूसर को और लालच आ जाता है, इट इंक्रीजेस और प्रोड्यूसर इंक्रीजेस मोर लेबर, मशीनरी तो उतनी है, वो लेबर और बढ़ा देता है फॉर गेटिंग मोर प्रॉफिट। व्हाट हैपेंस, होता अल्टीमेटली ये है उससे कि द बर्डन ऑन द फिक्स फैक्टर नाउ इंक्रीजेस मोर with the more variable factor, and ultimately machinery get into the problem, and even whatever raw material we are importing in the machinery, we are implanting in the machinery, the raw material is also lapsed. होता क्या है, अल्टीमेटली लॉस हो जाता है प्रॉफिट होने की बजाय, जो रॉ मटेरियल डालते हैं वो भी खराब हो जाता है, वो भी खत्म हो जाता है। सो स्टेज 3 इज अबाउट द नेगेटिव रिटर्न्स टू फैक्टर वेयर टीपी डिक्लाइंस एंड एमपी बिकम्स नेगेटिव। All right. Can you tell me which of the stage you feel is a good stage from the 3 stages? Which of the stage you feel like the producer must stop at that stage? He should not go beyond that stage. Ankita has given me the answer. Samay, Harshita. Harshita, you have given me the wrong answer. See, stage 2 is the best stage. Second stage. Why? Because till second stage what we observe is टीपी बढ़ तो रहा है ना सेकंड स्टेज में भी, क्योंकि टीपी बढ़ रहा है लेकिन कम रेट से, बट प्रोड्यूसर को क्या लगेगा, टीपी तो बढ़ रहे हैं ना, प्रॉफिट्स तो थोड़े बढ़ रहे हैं, कम बढ़ रहे हैं तो क्या हो, बट स्टिल प्रॉफिट्स आर इंक्रीजिंग। सो प्रोड्यूसर मस्ट स्टॉप एट द सेकंड स्टेज, व्हिच मींस ही मस्ट स्टॉप एट द पॉइंट वेयर ही फील that the TP is maximum and MP is 0. Here he should stop. That is the point of saturation, right? Because if he goes beyond that point, अगर वो उस point के beyond जाता है, then he observes. फिर वो observe करता है क्या? His profits just become the losses, and ultimately he starts having the losses only. So in that case, we simply say that he must go till that point. उसको definitely उस point तक ही जाना चाहिए, ठीक है ना? He should definitely go till stage 2 only. ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है that he should go beyond the stage 2, not at all. He should definitely go till stage 2, because stage 2 is ultimately the best stage. Now reasons of operation of this law, क्या reason है इस law के होने के, basically देखो. So in the short period, all factors of production cannot be varied. As I told you, varied means change hona, only variable factor changes. Here one is variable factor, others are fixed factor. So there is an optimum combination of different factors that gives the maximum output. When there is increase in the units of a variable factor before the point of optimum combination, the factors proportion becomes more suitable and fixed factors are more efficiently utilized. This I have just told you in the first stage, that what happens in the first stage, that in the beginning the fixed factor is new, efficient, and also the variable factors are joined with the fixed factor, and these factors are also joined in a very best way. As a result, what happens, it actually increases the efficiency level during the course of production, which ultimately increases the marginal product. Later when we employ more units of variable factor, ज्यादा प्रॉफिट कमाने के चक्कर में, when we increase the variable factor, the factor proportion becomes unsuitable and inefficient. जो रेशियो होती है, suppose on a machinery there is requirement of only 6 labor, so till the time you are applying only 6 labor, you will be getting good production, MP increases. But as soon as you increase the labor and you apply 10 labor in spite of 6 on the same machinery, then don't you think that there would be more burden on the machinery? इससे machinery पे एक तो burden बढ़ जाएगा, दूसरा there would be the inefficiency also, so that also happens, and which result in decreasing returns to factor. Now 3 stages of production. Stage 1, increasing returns. As the production of one factor is combined to the factor increase to up to a point, the MP of the factor will increase. Reasons, I told you, better combination of factors, division of labor. Second is diminishing returns, and third is negative returns. Negative returns means when we simply say that the MP becomes negative. When we simply say that MP becomes negative. In the diagram, you don't need to make the AP curve. You have to just make the TP and MP curve, right? Where TP first increases, then it first increases at increasing rate, then increases at diminishing rate, and finally decreases. Where MP first increases, then becomes 0, and then becomes negative. Can anybody tell me which is the point of saturation in the given diagram? As you can see on the screen, which point is the point of saturation in the given diagram? Point of saturation. I give you options: A, B, N, and 1. Yes, B is the point of saturation. B is the point of saturation, where we simply say that TP is maximum, MP is 0, which means यहाँ तक उसको maximum profits हो रहे हैं. So the producer must stop at point B. All right. Point of inflection, as you can see, point A. Point of inflection. Now let me tell you what is point of inflection. See, point of inflection means at point A, you see the stage 1 ends, and you know from point A the TP curve change its shape or change its pattern, because till point A the TP increases at increasing rate, but from point A to point B TP increases at diminishing rate. So the rate of change in TP changes from point A, which is known as point of inflection. All right. The relationship between MP and AP that we have done. Okay. See the questions, please. First says, what is production function? Define AP, MP, and TP. Then define returns to factor, that is law of variable proportion. Then explain the law of variable proportion with the help of schedule and diagram. Then explain the relation between AP and MP with the help of schedule and diagram. So बेटे आपको एक चीज ध्यान रखनी है, when we are doing this schedule and diagram, you have to just see to one thing, please. What you have to make, you have to just make 4 things, 4 columns in the schedule of law of variable proportion. First will be fixed factor. Suppose that is land in our case. Second is variable factor. Suppose that is labor or raw material. The third you will be making is TP, and fourth you will be making is MP. Question arises how you are going to make. Now variable factor. Suppose variable factor is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, you have to just learn MP. I told you 2, 4, 6, which is showing the first stage, that is increasing return. All right, that is 2, 4, 6, which is showing the increasing return. Then 4, again decreasing. 4, 2, 0, -2, and -4. Now, how you will be making the TP? First will be same 2, then TP will be total product. If suppose from one factor I am getting 2 MP, if from one factor I am getting 2 MP, then from 2 I'll be getting the 6. कैसे आया 6? Of course 6 हमारा simple आया, 2 plus 4, then 6 plus 6, 12, right? 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus 4, 16. Then 18. Then again 18. 18 minus 2, 16. And 16 minus 4, 12. Right? So this is the MP that we are getting. This is the MP that we are getting. All right? This is the schedule. This schedule you have to follow while going for the law of variable proportion, going for the explanation of law of variable proportion. All right?